Hey everyone, welcome back to A Conscious Time. Mark Devo, and welcome to this video on create the world that you want to live. And you are perfectly expressing yourself either consciously or unconsciously, which is a quote by Neville Goddard, one of the lectures I listened to ages ago by Josiah Brandt. I'll put a link. He does a lot of his lectures, or he reads a lot of his lectures, so pretty awesome channel. I'll link that there. But yeah, we in this channel, if you're new to the channel, we discuss all things bridging spirituality with pragmatism as well. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So this was a video just inspired by what we've talked about before, and just how we create the world that we live in, tapping into our God-given power and becoming aware that everything that we create is what we are creating ourselves, and that we are not actually subject to the world. But that quote of what Neville Goddard is saying is, you are perfectly expressing yourself either consciously or unconsciously. It means it depends on the state of awareness that you are operating in. If you are very aware, then you are consciously creating. If you are not aware, then you are unconsciously creating, but nonetheless you are creating. So if you are creating joyful world, then that could be consciously, or it's because it's unconscious that maybe you were brought up with a joyous nature, but you're not aware, but you are creating that. Or you're creating a negative world, and that could be most of the time negative worlds. I know that Eckhart Tolle talks about that is unconscious. So if it is negative world, it's mostly unconscious, because if we are connected and part of God, and we are fully aware and conscious, then we are obviously going to create the love and light that has been given to us, which is our natural inheritance. But let's just go back to the main topic, which is create the world that you want to live in. So if you want to live in a peaceful world, watch what you are saying, watch what you are thinking, and create peace first. Don't wait for the world to become peaceful to give you peace. I've seen and observed people where they have they say, all I want is peace, but observe what they are doing to generate that peace or create that peace in their world, and you actually find that they are actually not creating peace. They are attacking. They are whatever the case may be, but it's not creating peace. Confidence, if you want to be confident, what are you doing to create that confidence? So again, we are not subject to the world. We have to tap into our creative power again, realize everything that we do, we are creating that. The catch is that, and I've spoken about the ego before, is why won't we want to rise to those higher levels of spiritual awareness, of positivity, of love, light, joy? And why is that not just abundant? I suppose there's two things. You could say the one thing is that we are in a world from a very high spiritual side, or observation. You could say, from a spiritual side of a Christian background, you could say it's you've heard it's the devil's world, it's Satan's world. So it's a very negative, oppressed world. This is not the real world. Or you could say on a very pragmatic level that, just look around. There's wars, there's fighting, there's racism, there's all sorts of things. Those are, on a very high level, might be bouncing around here. Those are illusory. It's not the truth. It's kind of an illusion. But these are things that we have to combat, and we don't have to combat them. We have to become aware of them. But these are the things that we have to deal with. It's a negative world, generally speaking. So we have to raise our vibration, our spiritual awareness, and that is mostly, it is guided by the Holy Spirit. So you either are subject to the world, and through the ego, you are now operating in a very negative space. I've spoken about the ego, which is the false mindset, the separation from God. It's the fear, it's the demise, as opposed to realizing that you are spirit-led and part of God. You have everything. You've been given everything. You lack for nothing. So why so that's the second part, is why don't we operate in those higher levels of joy, love, light? It's because firstly we are in this world which is can be very negative, and then secondly we are operating in the ego. Okay, and the ego, and you can see it in in a lot of people that are living, that we as a humanity are almost addicted through the ego. We are almost addicted to drama, to negativity, and you'll find, some people would prefer to have that drama and negative nature or energy in their life, because that's what they've identified with. That's what they know. It's false again because it's egoic. If you go on to the flip side, which is the spirit-led, which is knowing that you're a part of God, given everything, that's when you can rise to those higher levels. So it has to be spirit-led. With that as a backdrop, now you can actually create the world that you want to live. You want a peaceful world, step into peace. See what you are thinking, see what you are doing. What are your words to people in your life? How are you speaking? If you want joy, what are you doing to be joyful? Are you addicted to drama? Are you having negative thoughts? Again, it's not a judgment. You need to just become aware of that to switch to those higher vibrations, to that higher energy. And it just takes a level of awareness, and it takes a level of practice and a little bit of discipline because if that's ultimately what you want, that's what you need to start practicing. And that's all what we ultimately want, don't we? And I can say that's definitely a yes. I know for a fact that's all what we want. Every single person in this world, we want that. We are just in a world that is maybe filled with negativity, and we've got to break that illusion of the ego and just become aware of the ego and know it's false. That's all that there is to it. So I hope this has made a lot of sense. I hope it brings a lot of clarity. Let me know your thoughts and ideas, how you've dealt with raising your vibration. And you find the more you do that, the more it assimilates and you become aware and you start creating that. And now you can really delve into a world of creativity that is not oppressed, and that you can create the world you want to live, and you can share it with others. So I hope that makes a lot of sense, and like, subscribe, share if you found value, and we'll see you on the next one.